Before you decide who the real villain of World War II was, pause for a moment and ask yourself this question: who actually turned hatred into an organized system of death? Who didn't shout speeches or command armies, but instead sat behind a desk, signing papers, arranging train schedules, and calmly sending millions of innocent people to their deaths? Adolf Hitler is remembered as the face of evil, but the Holocaust was not created by one man alone. It was built by people who believed efficiency mattered more than humanity. And one of the most important architects of that system was Adolf Eichmann. During World War II, much of the world was crushed under brutal dictatorships. Public executions, forced labor, and mass killings became horrifyingly normal. Fear ruled everyday life. Whenever the crimes of Nazi Germany are discussed, Adolf Hitler's name dominates history. But behind Hitler stood men who transformed ideology into action, men who made genocide possible on an industrial scale. Adolf Eichmann was one of those men. He was not a battlefield commander. He was a planner, an organizer, and a bureaucrat who helped turn anti-Semitism into the deadliest crime in human history. Adolf Eichmann was born on March 19, 1906, in Solingen, Germany, into a middle-class Protestant family. His childhood showed no signs of the monster he would later become. He was not particularly intelligent or talented and struggled academically throughout his early life. After his family moved to Austria, Eichmann drifted from one school to another, eventually dropping out without completing his education. He moved through a series of low-level sales and labor jobs, failing to find purpose or success. Like many young men of his generation, he felt lost, humiliated, and desperate for belonging. That sense of failure made Eichmann vulnerable to radical ideology. In the early 1930s, as Europe suffered through economic collapse and political chaos, extremist movements offered simple answers and strong identities. Eichmann found exactly that in the Nazi Party. He joined the Austrian Nazi movement and later the SS, not because he was a fanatic leader, but because it offered him structure, recognition, and power, things he had never had before. When Adolf Hitler rose to power in Germany in 1933, Eichmann's life changed forever. Eichmann quickly proved himself useful, not through violence, but through organization. He was assigned to the SS department responsible for Jewish affairs. There, he began studying Jewish communities, learning Hebrew and Yiddish, not out of respect or curiosity, but to control, track, and eventually destroy them. At first, Nazi policy focused on forcing Jews to leave Germany. Eichmann organized mass emigration programs that stripped Jews of their property, dignity, and safety. Families were broken, livelihoods destroyed, and people were pushed out with nothing but fear guiding them forward. By 1939, Nazi policy changed dramatically. Forced emigration was no longer enough. The goal shifted from removal to elimination. Eichmann became a central figure in organizing deportations to ghettos, labor camps, and eventually death camps. He coordinated train schedules with chilling precision, ensuring that transports arrived on time, overcrowded, and starving. For Eichmann, human beings became numbers on lists, cargo to be delivered efficiently. His work helped create the logistical backbone of the Holocaust. In 1941, the Nazis officially launched the final solution, the plan to exterminate Europe's Jewish population. Eichmann played a key role in Operation Reinhard, the deadliest phase of the Holocaust. Under this operation, millions of Jews were deported to extermination camps like Auschwitz, Treblinka, Sobibor, and Belzec. Most were murdered within hours of arrival. Eichmann never pulled a trigger. He never stood in a gas chamber. But without his system, those killings could not have happened on such a massive scale. One of the most horrifying chapters of Eichmann's career came in 1944, when Nazi Germany occupied Hungary. Eichmann was sent there with a single objective: speed. In a matter of weeks, his team organized the deportation of Hungarian Jews at an unprecedented rate. Nearly 3,000 people per day were transported to death camps. Entire communities vanished almost overnight. By the time the operation slowed, hundreds of thousands were already dead. It was one of the fastest genocides in human history. As the war turned against Germany in 1945, Eichmann knew the end was near. He destroyed documents that detailed his crimes and fled. Captured briefly by Allied forces, he escaped using fake identities. With the help of underground networks and Red Cross documents, Eichmann vanished from Europe. By 1950, he had reached Argentina, where he lived quietly under an assumed name, working factory jobs and raising a family, an ordinary life hiding extraordinary crimes. But the past does not disappear so easily. Holocaust survivors never forgot. Slowly, clues emerged. In 1960, Israeli intelligence agency Mossad confirmed Eichmann's identity and launched a covert operation. On a dark street in Buenos Aires, agents captured him and secretly transported him to Israel. For the first time, the man who helped design the Holocaust would face justice. Eichmann's trial began in Jerusalem in 1961 and instantly became a global event. Survivors from across Europe testified, describing ghettos, death camps, and transports that Eichmann had organized. The world watched as he sat behind bulletproof glass, calm and emotionless. His defense was simple and terrifying. He claimed he was only following orders, that he was a small cog in a massive machine. But evidence proved otherwise. Eichmann was not just obeying commands. He was planning, optimizing, and taking pride in his work. The court rejected his defense. Testimony and documents showed that Eichmann fully understood what he was doing. In fact, he had once claimed he would die happily knowing millions had been killed under his system. In 1962, Adolf Eichmann was sentenced to death and executed by hanging. He showed no remorse. Adolf Eichmann's story leaves behind a chilling lesson. He was not a screaming fanatic or a violent madman. He was an ordinary man who chose obedience over morality, efficiency over compassion. The Holocaust was not only created by hatred, it was built by paperwork, silence, and people who refused to say no. And that is why this story still matters today. If this story opened your eyes and gave you a deeper understanding of history, don't stay silent. Like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel for more powerful documentaries. Every click helps keep history alive.